starting from Bharat's questions to Gaurav. So you have proposed for making event calendar in the beginning of the tenure. Can you suggest what could be the possible and feasible month for conducting software sessions for maximum participation of PG students?
At the start.
During the starting of the session, after the orientation, that would be the best time. That would be the best time to conduct software sessions. Just because at that time PGs are all free available.
Face the camera, please. Face the camera.
I just wanted to ask you that in the initial first semester, already our workload is too much. I mean, there are too many credits to be completed. They are new to IITs. They have too much to be seen in IIT and to do, their work, studies and all these things. So would it be possible that they would be able to engage themselves in this software in the first semester, just after the orientation, when their schedule is very tight?
Actually, these softwares are useful in their courses only. So that will inspire them to come and learn these courses.
That's it. Second question to Gaurav is, why do you think additional core courses are required when most of the people will be looking for the courses as per their area of interest?
Actually, I have talked to during my groundwork. I have talked to someone who said that there are many courses which they are not able to register just because it's not listed in the institute elective. So for those courses, I have added that point in the institute elective.
Revert, please be specific.
So actually, there are many courses who are not listed as institute elective in many departments, and they are related to that. They are helpful in their department subjects only. So for those courses, I have added that point.
When it's already not an institute elective, for example, I'm a Mac department guy. I have a course, for example, of electrical department which would be useful for me. When it's already not available in institute elective, how could you make sure that it's going to be available for core courses?
You said about core courses or institute elective?
No, I'm talking about
Okay. As a core courses also in electrical department, I have asked that there are 10 core courses, but only 4 cannot be provided. So that's why they have to conduct and they have to conduct at least 5 courses. So it's like limited courses only, 5 out of 6. So for that only I have added.
That's it. My point. Third question to Gaurav is, how do you conduct an interdepartmental interactive session for sharing project ideas which require contribution of different departments?
Actually, in my department, Professor Kriti sir is working on.
Please do not direct it to any person.
Okay. In my department, there is a professor.
You just say you know something. You do not cite any person's name or anyone.
Okay. So I know a project which requires interdisciplinary participation, and for that I can talk to my professors who can help me conduct the session.
Already, if you are conducting a session in department, there's not too much of Janta who's enthused for participating in this thing. Okay? If you are conducting the same session in interdisciplinary department, how would you confirm this thing that you are getting a participation from both of these departments, and who are going to organize? Apart from the academic council, who all would be indulged in? Professors and all those things. Have you planned for that?
They are not involved right now because there is less awareness about it. They are not involved. They are not involved. There is less awareness about those projects. That's why these sessions are required to encourage more number of participation.
That's it. So the next set of questions are from Bharat to Shubham. The first question is, how would you contact and propose for improving relationships with foreign universities and industries in respect to your suggestion of industry relation and foreign exchange program?
In these regards, I've talked with the Dean of International Relations. He's ready to help with any such, if he said that if there is any such requirement, then he'll help us increase the number of exchange programs. He also focused on ensuring more on ensuring that the students understand what are the actual available opportunities in the institute.
Once again, I'll remind you, do not cite any person for any reason, right? You just say you know for the time. Reword? Any reword?
At present scenario, if you see that already, if you're going to industries asking for internship and all, there's not too much of response of PGs. Okay, if you get already an ILP program has been started, you should fill up, see that how it's been structured. There haven't been too much companies proposing for problems for that event. So adding industrial involvement, until and unless you are contacted, you have a contact with industries or you have a particular committee in the institute who are going to work for you, I don't think it would be possible to interact with industries and bring them into institute for interaction.
First of all, this is the very first phase of ILP, and we cannot expect that within the first year itself there is a huge response from companies. First of all, we need to make sure that the thing is started, and it is our responsibility to propagate this thing to the next levels. And the other thing that you are talking about, contacting companies. For contacting, I have talked with student alumni relationship cell, and I have also talked with career cell and student technical activity body. They are ready to help us in this regard.
So my next question to Shubham is, to whom and how would you propose for releasing of Akash tablet?
I've already met with a key person who is responsible for distribution of Akash tablets in the institute, and I've also met with a few administrative persons to understand what the problem is and where exactly the Akash tablet dispatch has been confined to an area that it cannot reach to students. And I have completely understood the problem and I know how to proceed. And I assure you that from the month of April onwards, the dispatch of Akash tablets will be started for postgraduate students.
Any reward?
Can you just let me know this thing, that what exactly proposal are you going to make to that key person? For example, you need to give some reasons why Akash tablet is needed to the students. Okay, if there are 800 intake in IIT MTech, then you are going to release 800 Akash tablets. So there should be and each Akash tablets cost about 4,000 rupees. So it's going to be around 7 to 8 lakhs. Okay. So what reasons are you going to give for releasing that 7 to 8 lakhs for a new MTech student who is getting into the IIT?
There are a few points. First of all, the intake of MTech was 1150 students. Another thing, the cost of Akash tablet was 3,500 rupees. And third thing is that it is the right of all IIT students, as per declared by Kapil Sibal last year, that all IIT students will be getting Akash tablets.
So the third question to Shubham is, what have been average number of PhD students in the institute who want to have biannual program seminar after 4th year of PhD? Can Bharat clarify please specifically ask this question.
This proposal have been already in last year thing. When I talked to most of the PhD guys, they said that they are actually not much interested for this thing, for making it compulsory. If you are making it, this is the reason I'm asking, that how many PhD guys are actually getting interested for this thing, for conducting it, not as an audit but a zaruri sort of thing.
Alright. I've talked with many PhD persons. I did groundwork with almost more than 250 students, and I found that most of the students are interested to have it as an optional biannual progress seminar in which student can opt for a second progress seminar in an academic year. That's it.
Now moving to Gaurav's question, set of questions firstly to Bharat. First question. This is regarding your manifesto point on research scholar symposium and research scholars and alumni symposium restructure. Okay, so what drawbacks did you find in current structure of RSAS? One, and what changes have you thought to introduce in RSAS to enhance interaction with alumni and industry?
If you look to the current structure of the RSS, it's like few of the topics have been, for example, I'm talking about panel discussion, just a small part of this event. For panel discussion, the topics which have been given, when we were sitting together and discussing the topic, that what should be the topics with the team of the RSS, that we came to know that these should be the topics. When these topics were floated, they were brought to the professor, they manipulated the topics and brought to us some different level. Then the alumni we needed for this talk were also manipulated. Again, the panel discussion way of conducting panel discussion. For example, there are 5 topics of panel discussion. Okay, they are saying that they are going to conduct this panel discussion in 5 different rooms, and the results of those 5 topics would then be will be brought in a common platform, a single room, and then the discussion would be made on 5 different topics on same room. So I don't think any result is going to come out of it. There is a lack of planning and organization in this part.
So this is a drawback. See, there are 2 parts of this question. One thing is, what drawbacks did you find?
Drawbacks were, for example,
which you have answered now. And then, what changes have you thought to introduce RSS to introduce in RSS to enhance interaction with others? What are the changes you thought?
Changes are like, I am not going to make too many panel discussion. For example, I am talking about panel discussion. I am not going to make too many panel discussion. Rather than reduce the topic of panel discussion and introduce introduce good number of candidates who are going to speak for it in the talks. For example, alumni, we are calling alumni. Rather than going to a particular professor or asking for a alumni, you can go to a particular student body who can help us to find a better alumni for this talk. Second thing is, the main motto of any of the event is to get it. I mean, there should be hype in the college and people should be interested in getting into this event. So for example, for next year, if you are conducting the same event, there should be enough janta to participate in this event.
Any reward? The second question from Gaurav to Bharat is, new session for the General Secretary Academic Affairs PG will start in April. So for summer internship, you have only 1 month to do your work. What were your ideas when you said follow up on summer internships for PGs? See, your tenure starts from April, and for summer internships, you hardly have 1 month to work upon it. So, what were your ideas when you said in your manifesto that you will follow up on summer internships for PGs?
It's like I'm not dedicating this thing to just next tenure. For next students. It's like I'm going to work on this particular thing, increasing number of companies so that the portal should get the participation on the portal should get increased. My main aim is to bring maximum number of companies with the help of different institute bodies, and to increase the participation. At least there should be available, the things should be available for the student side. If they want to do a internship, the company should be available. So that is for the whole tenure, not just for the 1 month.
Any reward?
A company for all the departments or only for few departments only, because in many departments the guide doesn't allow to go for internship.
I've just said that I'm going to bring number of companies. I don't think I would be able to convince any of the guides, because it's their particular relationship with the students and guide, and they have to deal with it. Practical note.
That's it. The final question from Gaurav to Bharat is, it is regarding your manifesto point, which says alumni with 4 to 5 years of experience. Our alumni database includes 2013 passouts only. You mentioned that you have friends with this much experience. Say, do you have alumni friends from each department with 4 to 5 years experience, or if not, will the experience of your friends valuable for every department?
For example, I am conducting any of the event in institute. I am not going to conduct it with my friends. These are not the only guys who are going to call for the event. They may or may not be suitable for the whole janta. So it's like I am going to take help from the other institute bodies and alumni association. Even if the student bodies, although they are going to help me, but even though if they feel that they don't have so much time to participate for this event, alumni association, I have already talked to to a ma'am and they say that they are going to have already have organized 2 of the talks. So I know whom to contact, where to contact. I do not need that database for calling that alumni thing.
The next set of questions are to Shubham. This is in regards to your manifesto point on stipend hike. Okay, stipend hike is a national level issue which consists of all IITs and NITs as well.
Right.
How far have you thought of raising this issue? Is it institute level, national level, or so on? And up to what status?
Okay. So basically there are 3 levels in which stipend can be increased. First, at the institute level, I've talked with the officials of this institute in this regards, and there has been some negative response. At state level, I've not thought of applying to, but at national level, I'll be trying to apply. I'll try to raise this issue at national level. Now, my plan to execute this thing is that I'll be talking to all the GS of all the IITs and NITs, and we'll try to come up with a common proposal which will be attached with a signature campaigning, and this proposal can be forwarded to MHRD. In this regard, as a pilot thing, I have talked with GS of one particular IIT, and she has also responded quite positively.
Very good.
I've already mentioned the
So, which he has already answered, right? So the second question is regarding student companion meets.
Right.
You say companions are required during the beginning of semester for smooth adaptation into IITB environment.
Right.
Why do you think there is a need for periodic meetings?
Okay. So basically, companions are allotted to students because first of all, the tenure is quite less, and you have to do a lot of things within these 2 years, specifically for MTech students. Now the thing is that during orientations, students meet quite frequently with their companions. But once this orientation is over, the interaction is also likely to be over. So what I want is that there should be some periodic meetings in which the companions will be guiding their students with whatever the technical opportunities are there in the institute, as well as extracurricular and co-curricular opportunities in which students can participate.
Very good.
For those information, there are apping sessions, there are workshops, there are other pre-placement sessions, funda sessions, there are many things. So still the question remains, why there is a need, why do you think there is a need for conducting periodic meeting?
Right. There are many things going on in institute, but we basically need to focus on what postgraduate students need. And our needs are slightly different, and as I pointed out, the duration is very less. So I believe if the information is transferred from seniors to juniors, it will be an effective way of transfer of information.
So, third question, it is regarding your manifesto point on updating department websites.
Right.
Gaurav says it requires a little knowledge of web designing
Right.
in order to update our department website. How will you ensure at least one person in each department who have enough knowledge? If one person or team is allotted, do you think they will update all the websites periodically?
Okay. So basically every department has a student council of his own, and it also consists of a web nominee who take care of the department website. The thing that we will be doing is, if elected, I'll be having the right to call once in a semester meeting for all the GSECs. In this meeting, we'll be trying to push this topic for the updation of department website.
Any reward?
Thank you.
The final set of questions are from Shubham. Firstly to Bharat. So Bharat, this is in regards to your manifesto point on why written exam for MTP. I mean, you have mentioned your manifesto regarding just a second. Regarding conducting written exams in order to choose MTB. Okay, so his questions are, what will its structure be, the structure of the exam? What will written exam tell you? And did you talk with any officials in this regard?
Okay, written exam is not for the whole institute, it's basically for department, more specific to the specialization. For example, we have 3 specialization and department. So one specialization might have a thing that you can go to a guide and get your professor choose, I mean by your mutual understanding and communication. But most of the time what happens in few of the department is like the guide chooses you on basis of your CPI. It might happen if you have taken a selective courses and you're going to a, for example, you have taken a course ABCD. None of the courses might be of interest of a guide and you have built up your CPI. In that case, you are not going to have enough experience, enough information about that particular subject which that guide is going to carry forward and the project is based on. So rather than taking this on CPI, it's essential to take a written exam. For example, a person might have a CPI of 9 but might not have enough information about that subject which project the guide is going to take for. In that case, the guide is also not going to have much results. I mean, throughout the whole tenure, it's going to take, I mean, in 1 or 2 months, initial 1 or 2 months, not enough results are going to come. They are, students want to actually do that, keep on studying and keep on convincing them actually to get into that project. So the basic motto for this thing is to, and the other thing what he has asked that I consulted some of the authorities. So I've already talked to some of the people. It's like in our department, particular specialization, if 10 professors are there, they already take a written exam at the end of their course. So they don't have much of the issue for taking exam course. But the thing is, out of 10, only 5 to 6 are ready, 4 are still not ready.
Any revert?
Yes.
You said the evaluation project allotment should not be on CPI basis. Let me just remind you, CPI is also a result of written exams that you give. You are again proposing a written exam in as an option to written exam. I don't understand this thing. And another thing is that are you saying that every professor will conduct a written exam for all the students in this department? So if you try to calculate the number of professors, the number of students, the kind of extra workload that you are putting on professors and the kind of number of exams you are forcing students to give is huge. Please clarify.
As I already said that if a student is taking a course ABCD, he might not have given the written exam of that particular subject which his professor is going to conduct. I mean, if a professor takes a course of, for example, sheet metal forming. For example, the professor takes a course of sheet metal forming. Usually what people do, they go for making a CPI thing and they choose a subject which can make them go for better CPI. For example, they take the subject ABCD. That might not contain the sheet metal forming structure or course. So in that case, they build up the CPI, then they go to a professor, with a mutual consent, they work for that project. None of them is mutually benefited. The other reason for taking this thing is, ultimately is going to increase the research standard in IIT. This is what we want.
Don't you think instead of taking written exams, if we keep interviews?
Excuse me, your revert.
Okay. Okay.
The second question from Shubham to Bharat is, it is regarding your manifesto point on Sampark. How will you organize? When will you organize? Whom did you talk to? Why only 11, 12, 13, 14?
For example, it's just like we PG Academic Council doesn't have a flagship event. We need a flagship event. Every student body has a flagship event. A flagship event, what it actually does is it increases interaction between that particular community and the student body. This is what we want. This is the basic reason for introducing this flagship event. Now, how am I going to do this? Is in 2 days. First half would be the talks. The second day, on the first day, second half, there would be a competitions and interaction with other student bodies, which might not be that great at orientation level. So I'm giving a second chance for that on the flagship event. On the second day, what I propose is hostel alumni meet is just for PG students. That is why I included only 11, 12, 13, 14. Because I want the alumni of that particular hostel to come. Because right now already hostel alumni meet is being conducted with use of student bodies, but that's been only conducted in UG hostels. So we do not have such events for PG hostels. This is the reason I have conducted this thing for this particular 4 hostels.
If elected, you will be the GSEC for whole PG community. Don't you think giving opportunities only for 11, 12, 13, 14 will be unfair for the students in MTech first year who are in various hostels, also for hostel 1, hostel 15, hostel 10A?
it's a hostel alumni meet in which we call the alumni of that particular hostel. For example, if you are calling the alumni of hostel 1, they are not, I mean, they consist of PhDs, MTechs, UGs, DDs and so on guys. Okay, so what we basically need is, that might be a possibility that we can have a PhD guys calling a PhD guys in hostel 1, but the better possibility would be if there are too less number of PhD guys over there. Already hostel alumni meet is being conducted in hostel 1, but at that particular time UG guys are being called preferably. So it's like that particular chunk of students can come to these hostels and make this event happening. And hostel 15 already do not have some alumni, so I don't know.
So final question. It is regarding your manifesto point on introduction of Italian and Russian courses. Why do you think these courses need to be introduced? What about the faculty and cost involved?
It's not my decision to include these two courses. It's been I've taken in the groundwork thing, and most of the people these days are willing to take internship and all those things in these countries, so they want these courses also to be introduced. I have also proposed for one more course. I will not tell you the thing. If possible, I will also try for this thing, and this is possible by with the use of foreign embassy. We can call the guys who are in foreign embassy. They usually Dean AP and Dean AP and IS. Sorry. The faculties can contact them and call them on their behalf. That's not too difficult, and the cost would be same as that which is being cost for the four subjects, that is Chinese, French, German and Japanese. I've also pushed for increasing the number of seats for French and German. The reason being the portal closes just after 1 minute, and we can increase the number of seats in this. The reason being we cannot increase the seats just for the lack of space where the course is being conducted.
Italian and Russian. I hope you did not do your groundwork with UGs. As far as my knowledge is concerned, PGs are more interested in learning subjects like German and okay. All right.
You might have better knowledge than me, not a big issue, but the thing is I have already said that the four courses, that is Chinese, French, German and Japanese, are running in the institute. Although they have better interest in French and German, I propose that I'm going to increase the number of seats for these two languages. Also, it's just an additional two things what I'm working for PG community basically. The thing is they want these two courses to be introduced, and that's the reason I'm going to introduce it.
So, final three questions to Gaurav from Shubham. First question is regarding your English classes. The manifesto point which says you are going to organize English classes. Who will take these classes and what are the fees and other details of these classes?
Actually, initially I have three ideas for that. And first, I will talk to the KV school teachers, and secondly, few professors from the department, and if not third, then within the students also we can conduct these classes.
Sure, any report?
KV school teachers. We are postgraduate students. Actually, you should have talked with these professionals before writing this point. To clarify, I have also included a soft skill workshop initiative in my manifesto, and I already know which professor will be conducting this workshop and when he will be conducting. So that's it.
Even if we are postgraduate, the main problem for us is speaking in front of people. During presentations also, we fear of if it's other than technical, we fear of speaking fluently. So for that reason only, I am considering KV school teacher.
Second question is regarding research awareness program, which is in your manifesto. What is research awareness program? What is its structure?
Research awareness program is explaining for PhDs or MTech second year, third year students who will explain their projects, research projects casually to freshers and other PhD to MTechs to encourage them in their research field.
Don't you think this is being already going on? I recently joined what do you call it as a research group in my department for MTech project, and already there my seniors are teaching me in what projects they are doing. I've been attending their presentations, and I think it's already been done in every research group. What new are you going to do?
It's not within the department, and in these department, in this program, there's one new point also that a PhD can also request for MTech TAs who are interested in helping in their fields. Like if there's a research on graphics, so any student who knows graphics or who are interested can help in that field, and for that only research awareness program is there.
That's the final question from Shubham to Gaurav is regarding your interdepartmental interactive session. What is the structure and how do you ensure that this happens?
It is already asked. He is already Okay. Repeat the question.
It is regarding your interdepartmental interactive sessions. What is its structure and how do you ensure that this happens?
Its structure is firstly all the list. There will be a list of projects who are included in interdepartment. Who includes interdepartmental list. Okay. I'm not remembering the word. So first there will be a list of projects, and then all the professors who are organizing those projects, they will conduct a session for the initial point, that interdepartmental interactive session that will encourage students to participate, and then these sessions will help them to give information regarding that projects.
How do you ensure that this happens?
See, in my previous point also I mentioned that I have talked to my professor who will help me do that.